Well, the NYPD arresting two men outside of Gracie Mansion in New York City. That's where the mayor resides, after explosive devices were thrown at protesters outside of the residence there during a protest. Now, following the incident, the mayor, he took to X and framed the incident in his own way. He failed to mention that the bomb was thrown by Muslims. Instead, he took aim at the agitator, counter-protester Jake Lang, a pardoned January 6th rioter and organizers of the protests.
Here's what he said. Yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. It is an affront to our city's values and the unity that defies who we are. What followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use an explosive device and hurt others is not only criminal, it's reprehensible and the antithesis of who we are. Nick Shirley is an independent journalist who spoke with Jake Lang not too long after all of this unfolded. Before I get to that, Nick, can we talk about how this was framed? Because we just got the press briefing from the NYPD Police Commissioner, Jessica Tisch, and she again confirmed that this is being investigated as an act of terrorism inspired by ISIS. Whether you knew that or not, someone hurling bombs already at protesters, at people, that seems to be terrorism already. The mayor went ahead to call out Jake Lang personally. Thoughts there on the mayor's moves?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they failed to mention that there was bombs thrown. I mean, we've had protests here in the United States for forever, and especially these past few years we've had protests, but never have there been bombs thrown. And so when you have a protest who's a protester, Jake Lang, I don't agree with everything he does or how he says it or how he goes about it. Sure. For instance, he did bring a pig in front of the mayor's mansion on Ramadan, which is a bit crazy. So, I mean, he's going out there, he knows what he's doing, but for someone to throw bombs, that's crazy.
Right. So for all of you at home, if you recognize Nick Shirley, a long way from the Leering Center in Minneapolis, he's the one that broke that entire fraud scandal open. Incredible what you did there. You had to worry for your own safety, for your own life. And so you're seeing from the left just how violent they can become. To see what happened here in New York City by this leftist mob. We're talking about two American citizens. They're Muslim, but they're American citizens. Their parents, naturalized citizens, Afghanistan, Turkey, looks like very well-to-do outside of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Are you surprised by the level of violence coming from the left?
Well, it seems like it's just getting increasingly worse, which is frightening. I mean, they killed Charlie Kirk, and now they're throwing bombs in the city.
They threatened you too.
They threatened me as well, right? So it is getting increasingly worse and worse, and then you don't have the politicians coming out and saying, okay, we got to condemn this. This is bad. This is a terrorist attack. I mean, how is that not a terrorist attack right there?
ISIS inspired, again, from the NYPD commissioner. That's dangerous in itself. And you can kind of follow that if you knew anything about TATP, those types of bombs versus TNT, typically ones that are used by terrorists or terrorist organizations. They're very unstable, but they can be made very quickly with just household items. Let's get to the other side of it, which was Jake Lang, which I believe you spoke with, insisting that this was a terror attack. Let's listen to your interview.
It goes beyond political violence. This is religious violence, first and foremost. And second of all, what we need to understand is we voted in a Muslim mayor to New York City 2 months ago, and we've had the first Muslim terrorist attack on white Christians outside the mayor's home. People need to understand there's a correlation here. These things are connected. We are not safe in New York with Zohran Mamdani, the Muslim, as our mayor. He is, by his very ability to be there, he is basically sponsoring and influencing and telling these people, go out and declare jihad. By not condemning it, he's basically saying more jihads against Christians like Jake Lang.
And the importance of journalism there. I mean, obviously you don't agree with everything that the person you were speaking with says, but you were able to get out there, ask those questions. Why do you think that was important for you to do?
It's important to get his perspective on it because he's the one who went through it. And then it also goes to show both sides of the story. You're hearing what the mayor's saying, then you're seeing what the person who they threw bombs at, what he's saying as well. I mean, I think that's what journalism is you have to talk to both sides. And it's funny because people get mad when you show one side and you also show the other side and they highlight that you showed one side more than the other.